Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as Laugh Love Langella, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some recent home decor purchases I've made from antique shopping. I have really these past few months been spending more time going to multiple antique stores and just really trying to curate that beautifully styled home without breaking the bank, but also not having the same exact items that Target and Walmart and all these big box stores carry. I want something a little bit more unique in nature. And so I've been spending a lot of time antique shopping, and all these finds actually, besides for a couple at the end, are from antique stores. Now, this is from multiple trips at multiple different stores, so no, you're not going to score every time that you go, but I am also taking a different mindset. I have my wish list of things I would like to find, but I am going into it a little bit more open-minded than I have in the past, and I will say I am finding some more items that way, and I'm excited to see what else it is that I find over these next few months. I'll be sure to share them as always. So when it comes to how I style our home, I really love mixing that old and new. I feel like it brings a lot of warmth and coziness into a home, and so that way it doesn't feel so stale and bare. And I'm definitely slow when it comes to a couple of things. Like, my walls are very, very blank, and I know a couple of people have said stuff about that. I don't disagree, but I also don't want Swiss cheese. I would rather wait to get the item or what plan we're trying to do rather than constantly getting something just to fill the void, because you're actually going to end up spending more money that way rather than just practicing some patience and waiting for what it is you want to splurge on, build on, however that looks for you guys. So we're going to get right into what it is I've recently picked up. I have always had this like underlying love for longer burger baskets, and that is definitely because of my mom and my grandmother. They, over the years, have always collected longer burger baskets and have a lot of them, but I don't have any of my own, which I'm a little perplexed by. But I found this one recently. I thought that this would be perfect to switch up. I have a seagrass basket that was from Hearth and Hand on our kitchen counter, and we just put our pens and stuff in it just so that way it's easy to grab. And I felt like this would be a perfect switch and would actually match the space a little bit better. And my grandma always had one of these sitting on the counter too, so I felt like that was something that I wanted to emulate, imitate, copying grandma. She had great style. But this was only $12. Longer burger can definitely get pretty expensive, and even at the antique store I was shopping at, I had found the same basket and somebody else was selling it for $30. So definitely be sure to look at booths, even if the booth doesn't seem to be your style. That's where I find some of the best items, because it just takes one great find. You don't need to like everything that they put out there, but I thought that this was a really great item. And then naturally, another longer burger basket. I found this really beautiful two-tone one, and it has this divider in it, which is really cool. I figured if we are having people over, we can put some forks and knives and such, or utensils in it, but it could easily also just be out on a desk, put some pencils in it, that kind of thing. And this does actually come out, which is really great. And this was only $10. I thought that this was such a good find. I feel like you can never have too many baskets, and this is just one of those things too, like shelf styling. If you need to fill something up, put it on a stack of books, and it's just really simple and looks pretty. But I love the two-tone color of it. It's not quite a solid black. I would call it more charcoal. It's definitely picking up black on the camera. But for $10, I absolutely was not going to walk away from this. And the last basket that I got, I have not seen anything quite like this before, and I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for more of them because I feel like it's just so cool. It's this little brass basket, and I don't know what it is about it. I just couldn't walk away. I thought that this was such a cute find. It's very dainty, it's very small, but I feel like some of the smallest items make the biggest impact in a space. And it's not something that people are gonna walk into your home and be like, why do you have a mini brass basket on a shelf? But if they happen to be looking around your home and see it, it's just adding those small details and paying attention to them just gives it that much more of an elevated look. And I thought this was so pretty, and I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out. I would like to find a larger one too to have it, so that way if I'm shelf styling, because we're planning on doing the built-ins around our fireplace, so I could have one basket on one side and one on the other, just to give a little bit of cohesion to the space, even without them being the same size. You don't need to copycat that kind of thing. But I thought that this was so fun, and I've just never seen anything quite like it before. This next item, I definitely keep an eye out for frames when I'm antique shopping. You're just gonna find something that is more unique than what you can find anywhere else. And I just love mini frames. I don't know what it is. It just, if it's small, I want it. And it's just so cute. I'm just gonna cover this because of the glare. But I just love the little detail lines on this as well. It's so petite and just the perfect touch to add on a side table. I put this one, actually, we have that riser with the arrangement next to our kitchen sink, so I put this over there with it. And I thought it was so great. I also got a mini wood frame, and it's upstairs in my son's room. I actually just remembered that. But these were super affordable. They were only $5 a piece, which is a really great price, and you can't go wrong with it. One find that I actually didn't find these myself. I follow this wonderful lady, Kate, on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop. And so she's always antique shopping and such and thrift shopping. And she came across these really, I'm just making sure the glare doesn't. She came across these beautiful horse prints, and she didn't grab them. And I messaged her and I was like, please tell me you're gonna go back and get those. And she went back and got them, and I snagged them right up. They're these two vintage horse prints, and I just think that they are so pretty. I am going to just add a little stain or something to the frames of them and just try to darken them ever so slightly. But my plan is to be picking up some pictures to add a little gallery wall going up our stairs. Our stairway is absolutely massive, and it desperately needs something on the walls because it is just so white and so plain, and it's screaming for character, and I need to give it that. So these are my first two pickups for that. These are also really great for shelf styling too, so I can always switch things up as I want, but these were so beautiful. She has an Etsy shop, like I mentioned. It's called Gray on Elm. I will have it linked in the video description. She's always adding new stuff every few days, so definitely check out her shop. This next find I actually shared in my last video. It is this beautiful brass bell. It reminds me so much of the one that's selling on McGee & Co. for $42. I picked this up for only $11, which I thought was really great. I've been wanting a bell like this, and I've constantly passed by them because they're all in about the $20 to $30 range. And I have a lot of bells. I will admit that. I have a lot of them. So I did not feel like I needed to be spending that on something I already have. But I did not have one that was quite like this. And I just thought the color and the patina and just the style lines, everything's so beautiful on it. I just could not walk away from it. I thought it was amazing. So I was really excited about this one. And then I picked up a couple things for my husband. We finished the built-ins minus the doors in my son's room. And our next step is actually going to be going into my husband's office and doing built-ins on both sides. We have this little alcove in our guest room that is his office space. And again, big blank walls. We desperately need storage in this house. So I'm starting to find some stuff for him. He loves outdoorsy, woodsy, nature, land and sea, that whole vibe. So I came across this really fun wood duck, and I just thought he was so cool. He's so chippy and just fun, and I thought it would be perfect to add on the shelves as we get to them. So I'm just starting to slowly grab things for that kind of stuff. I don't want to be rushing to fill it and it's just not his vibe or anything, but I texted him a picture of it and he was like, please tell me that you are grabbing that. I love it. So I love this little guy. And then we also found a larger one, and this one is very aged, lots of character. This was one of those functioning ones that they used for target practice. He's got smacked up a little bit, but I just thought that this one was so incredibly cool. And I don't know. I absolutely loved it. So did my husband. And I thought that this would be so great because it's very neutral looking too. And again, like the aged detailing on it, it looks so cool. So I'm really excited to get to the built-ins so that way we can start to put this stuff all together and curate his space for him. It's gonna look so cool. This next find I have shared in my winter kitchen decorating video, and it's this beautiful wood riser. I have a few of these around my house, but they're all rectangular, and I have been looking for a circular one forever, but all of these can get very pricey, especially as they're gaining more traction and popularity. We're seeing the price go up and up, and I couldn't justify already having trays getting another tray, but then I found this one and the booth had a sale going on and it was very reasonably priced with the sale. So I love adding risers. I have this one styled on the side of our kitchen sink with that smaller gold frame like I mentioned earlier, and it's just so beautiful. It just gives a nice little corralled moment and is such a great way to just elevate something that you're already putting out. I just feel like it gives it more of a home. And I really love to add these for shelf styling too, and on my coffee table. This one's a little too large to do on a side table, but you could always look for a smaller one. I will try my best to source some similar items on Etsy. They tend to have a lot of vintage finds. So anything that you see here, I will try my best to source a very similar option. So that way, if you don't have an antique store near you, you can still shop and collect your own unique items for your home. But definitely if you have an antique store near you, be sure to go and check it out and see what it is that they have. This next item is this very unique iron candle holder, and it has these mini sized holes for candles. It's not your regular taper one, it's a mini one, and I don't know, I thought that this was just really unique. This was only $16 too, which I thought was very reasonably priced, and if I find myself not gravitating towards it and not using it a lot, I could easily put it on Facebook Marketplace and get back what I paid for it. So I figured it was worth the try to see how I would like it styled in my space, and just it's very unique candelabra moment. I thought it was so fun. And the last item I picked up antique shopping is another candle holder, and it's this beautiful iron one with the twist detail. It is a curved bottom, so I grabbed a circular candle to put this in, but I think it needs one of those more shallow ones. I got like the sphere, like the actual ball size candle, but I think it needs one that's like a little squished down. I'm sure there's a name for that, and I'm blanking out, so I apologize. But this one, again, perfect for shelf styling. You could easily just put it on a small side table as is. Candle holders are one of those things that you can decorate with without adding a candle to it. I know that for some people, they prefer to put the candle because for functionality purpose, it makes more sense for a candle to be in it, but you can just put them out as is on their own too, and no one's gonna come for you for that. But I thought this was super fun and unique, and I'm kind of hoping I can find something similar to pair with it, but it'll look great as is on its own as well. Now, these last few items are new purchases. I did not find these antique shopping. However, I just felt like they still gave a lot of character. So this one is a vase I found at TJ Maxx for only $24.99. It came with this like rope detailing on it with these like hanging balls. I'm sorry, I'm immature. But I thought that this was so pretty, and it just really reminded me so much of those terracotta pots that you find antique shopping, and they're always incredibly pricey. And for $24.99, this is a perfect vase for entryway styling, shelf styling, dining table, whatever. And I'm a sucker for things with handles. Baskets and handles, that's the weakness. I thought it was so great, and I just love that it has that unique coloring on it. They all do look a little bit different as well, so keep that in mind. But I thought that this was an absolute score from TJ Maxx. Another TJ Maxx find reminds me so much of a tray that's at Anthropologie. I'm not gonna twist it up yet because it's already getting my chin. It's this mirrored tray. They had a ton of them and a bunch of different sizes too. So this is the smaller size that I found. There is one that's a little larger that I also picked up. I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep, sorry. Which one I'm going to keep. So I did grab both because TJ Maxx Home Goods, they're a lot like thrifting. If you see it once and you like it, you should just get it because you're never going to see it again. But I also saw one that's a round one, and that one was beautiful. I just had no idea where I would put it, so I did not grab it. But this was only $12.99, and the larger size was $16.99. So super affordably priced. And then here, I just want to try to get the details in. I thought it was so beautiful, and I'm just gonna try to find a place to put this. I think this would work out really well in like a bathroom as well to corral your everyday essentials and such. But I thought this was so great. And then the last item I picked up is from Amazon, and I have been wanting this forever and just haven't pulled the plug. And I finally told myself just do it because you're not gonna regret it. And it is this beautiful metal easel stand. It does come with glass panes in it, but you don't need to put those in. I thought it was perfect for displaying the new horse prints if I wanted. I could grab some of the gold frames that I have around the house, but this is perfect for adding for shelf styling. But I'm gonna toy around with putting it on our entryway table for some early spring decorating. So really excited about this. I think it's sold out on Amazon right now. I'm still going to link it, so that way when it's restocked, you guys can grab it. But it is a little bit pricey, I will say that, but it is adjustable, which is really cool. So these two pieces slide down, so no matter what size your frame is within reason, you can use this. And I think it's so beautiful, and it's the perfect contrast to a more vintage style frame to have something more modern. And I love it. I'm so excited to use it in our space. So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I know that it was super chatty. I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I've recently found antique shopping. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite item is that I picked up. I am planning to do some more of this, but I will also be filming in the stores. I've been trying to make more of an effort to be a little bit more present in those ways. I have a tendency to be a workaholic and always see an opportunity with stuff. And I really just need to do things that fill my personal cup and not need to work in order to do it. But I'm trying to find the balance in that and just have fun. I think that's something that we all need to do more of, is just enjoy our time. We have only so much. And so not to get deep and such there, but it's true. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me here today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.